What's happening, guys? I just wanted to jump on and make a video. I told you guys a while ago I made that video late at night, and I told you guys I'm going to jump on and kind of make some more videos and try to help out some people. So basically, let's get right into it. I dealt with that whole Morgellons situation. Probably, I don't even know, you guys can see probably on that earlier video that I did leave up that shows some of the pictures that I dealt with, of way back. And of course, like I was showing you guys before, I still got all the scars, but you can see how they've kind of really, they've lightened up quite a bit. But it's probably 4 or 5 years, something like that, but that's what you're left with. And that's just, unfortunately, the way that it goes. But just to kind of give you guys an idea, and I know with my neck, I know you guys had seen before, you can hardly really see them. There's still some light areas and stuff like that. The skin is still kind of weird, like almost like waxy still a little bit from years ago. It's much better, much better from 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I don't even know how long it's been, probably 4 or 5 years, something like that. But I wanted to give you guys kind of heads up, and I wanted to actually get in my swimsuit at some point and kind of show you guys some of the other things that, how well things have come along. At one point, my legs were like swelling up. They were turning purple. My blood was becoming septic. I had a wound on the side of my ankle that was, probably 8 years I had that wound. And then I had lesions all over my body, with all the stuff that goes along with it, that whole biting sensation and all that stuff, the skin moving and crawling and all the stuff that, you got these fibers coming out of your body wondering what's going on and stuff like that. And it's a very scary thing. And basically what I did is I started studying medicine, and I studied medicine for about 4 or 5 years. And that's how I healed myself. And doctors couldn't help me really. And basically what I did is I started learning about the body. I started taking courses on Hawthorne University, Oxford, Harvard, Cleveland Clinic, PhD talks in Cleveland Clinic, and even NIH, which I don't like a lot of their material now, but anyways, I became very familiar with the body, and not only the body, but the systems of the body. I'm a mechanic. I've been an auto mechanic since I was younger, and I just, I think of it like a car. When you look at something's wrong, there's systems in the car, and if you don't understand how the system works, you can't diagnose the car. So I grew up learning cars, and just having that background, I don't know if that helped me, but when I look at the system, I look at the digestive system, the immune system, the endocrine system, all these different systems, and the different parts of that. And even the skin, as being, when your largest organ, looking at how that reacts and how it heals, and the 4 stages of wound healing, and looking at all these different things and learning about all this stuff. And I was able to eventually comprehend these systems enough to lead me down the path to heal myself of this Condition. And you guys can definitely heal yourselves of this condition. And the first thing I want to start with is try to stay away from the whole Morgellons thing. It's not helpful to even use that word or to jump down rabbit holes. I went down all the rabbit holes too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm any different than anybody else. But none of that helped me. None of that's going to help you. No matter if it's from an alien life from another planet, or if it's from kind of some slime mold, or if it's from something that has been created and weaponized, it doesn't matter. All that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is healing, right? Because when it comes down to me healing, after I heal, it doesn't matter where it came from. Who cares? Like, I could care less. It doesn't affect me now, and it's not going to, because I understand my body better. So that's the first thing I want to say is you can totally get away from that no matter how bad. Like I said, you see the scars. Like, I was covered in lesions everywhere. Those were some of the worst. Up on the back area, here I would have areas on my head, all over my legs, stuff like that. So yes, it gets really bad. My skin now, I don't know if you guys can tell from before. Some of you know me from before, but gosh, my skin is completely different. It feels different. I would even have like stuff on my face that would break out. And on my driver's license, I have a big, huge area here that you can see right on my picture of my driver's license, but I don't have none of that. My skin is just amazing now, other than it's all scarred up and screwed up, but oh well, but it does slowly get better. Drinking my black coffee here. That's one thing I do different now too, but Okay, so number one, get away from the Morgellons thing. The second thing I would tell somebody if I was in my position, and I'm not a doctor, not even close to a doctor, so don't take anything I say as medical advice. This is me as an opinion from somebody who went through something, and I'm sharing it. I'm just sharing my experience. I would not recommend you do anything that I even say that I did. With that being out of the way, basically one of the things looking back that I would have done sooner, and I'm not saying some of the stuff that I tell you about, I'm not saying that you'll need or even that I did during my healing process, and I'll kind of go over those things as I go. No kitty, I'm doing a video. My kitty's obsessed with me. It's actually my son's cat. So you might see an appearance here. But yeah, so basically we'll go through that. But if I had the skin like I had then, and knowing what I know now, what I would have done way earlier on is I would have got to my doctor and I would have said, hey, could you write me a prescription for clobetasol? It's a steroidal cream. Betamethasone is also a steroidal cream, kind of like cortisol. Cortisone is a steroidal cream, but this is much, much, much stronger. You need to read a lot of stuff on it. It can be very dangerous. You can't get it near your eyes. You can't get it near your toes. It can cause blindness if you get it near your eyes because of different funguses it can take over and stuff because of the side reaction from that. So yeah, there's a lot. You need to do a lot of research on it. And it's crazy because my doctor gave it to me saying, put it on twice a day for 30 days. You don't use the stuff for 30 days. You would never use it over 10 days. I'm glad I did my research, but this is how little doctors know, guys, many times, is you have to be your own advocate and you must do the research. No matter what your doctor gives you, go do plenty of research. Look at the drug sheets first, look at the contradictions, look at all the different stuff. You can see Cosmo in the background there. He's a really cool cat, but he's obsessed with me. So anyways, clobetasol is very powerful, pretty much the most powerful steroidal cream. Using this stuff within the first 12 to 24 hours, it may seem like, oh, it's getting worse, whatever. That's completely normal. It's going to be thinning out the capillaries and allowing more capillaries to, protrude in different areas and stuff. It's going to be thinning stuff out like a steroid would. So you expect that, but within 48 to 72 hours, you can pretty much wrap up most of what Morgellons is. You can pretty much just throw it in a can. And then from there on out, it's not like you're done. You have to heal the body. It's going to take a long time. Almost every cell in your body is under 9 months old, especially your liver being about 9 months old. So just keep thinking every 9 months you have a brand new liver. So keep working on that. Keep working on yourself. Keep working on doing things you like, doing things that are progressing yourself further in life where you want to be. Because as you do these things, it's also going to help all the neurotransmitters and the chemicals in your body to be in a healing state so that you can move forward. If you're sitting there all depressed and you don't like where you're at and you're having anxiety, that's going to send all those neurotransmitters out and the cortisol and all these other things that are inflammatory and, all that bad stuff that's going to be not conducive to healing. So keep that in mind. But like I said, if I was in that situation now, I'd be like, hey, I used clobetasol before. It worked so good for me. Could you just prescribe that for me? That's kind of what I did, to give you an idea. That's just what I would do if I was in that position. I'm not saying anybody else should do that. Of course, like I said, with any of these drugs, you have to really do your research. You can't leave that on the doctor because they're just told things to put this, cream on and that's it. You got to do all the research. So, and like I said, he was saying put on twice a day for 30 days. Oh my goodness. I still have the tube that I used. And I was pretty much almost healed anyways by the time that I used that stuff. But if I would have had that now, seeing other people that have used it after, they pretty much went from having all these skin issues to like no skin issues in like 72 hours. I'm like, gosh, I wish it was that easy for me. But I still got like over half the tube left because I only used 2 applications. So that's all I really needed. I just had a few areas, I kind of used it in a lot of areas, but everything was pretty much wrapped up at that point anyway. So, but it definitely made that ending finish up pretty nicely. So anyways, that's one of the things I would do. And I'll put out a few videos, but I'm going to keep it kind of short here today. But that's one thing. I'll go over a couple other things real quick. Like I said, get out of the Morgellons mindset. Number one, just forget about that. Try not to even say the word. Focus on learning about your bodies, how your systems heal. Another thing that I would do looking back, and I did not do this when I healed, not at all. I just started fasting about 1.5 years ago, every day. Today I fasted for about 18 hours. It's super powerful. If you want to see changes in your body, oh my gosh, fast. And learning about the glycemic index and with insulin and stuff like that, you're better off earlier in the day eating. Your insulin reaction's a lot better and stuff like that. So I try to not fast that long every day. That was just today. Most days I'll just go from 11 to 13 hours. But when you fast, you put your body in that state in autophagy, which means to eat thyself. And what you do is you wind up consuming and tearing up and breaking down all these proteins that are floating around in your system, which can be very inflammatory. And many of these can be a big problem, especially if you're going through immune issues and all this other stuff. So fasting can be powerful. And the other thing is when you get a hold of your hunger, it can be powerful to you, because when you can control your hunger, you can do just about anything. I mean, you pretty much control the ship at that point. I tell myself when it's time to eat. My stomach does not have the authority in my life with when I eat. I decide when I eat, and that's it. That's the way it is now. It wasn't always that way, and I did not heal to that. Like I said, this is more recent stuff. But wow, I wish I would have known this then, because this can jumpstart your healing. And of course, with physicians' advice and all that stuff. But what I usually do is I'll eat late at night. Like tonight, I started eating at 5 o'clock. I'll eat till I go to bed, whatever I want, whenever I want. Now I started eating whole foods 90 days ago. That's another thing. But I haven't noticed really a difference with that, to tell you the truth. But I'm sure it's got to be good, right? But I eat no processed anything at all whatsoever. But, making these changes to me is what makes me feel good. Constantly progressing in life is what makes me feel good. So I'm like, oh, I'll quit eating. Oh, I'll quit processed foods. I'll quit this. I quit putting stuff in my coffee. That was years ago. But I just like to quit different things because I feel progress and that makes me feel good. And even if I don't get benefits from it, hey, it makes me feel good. So I do it. That's what I like. And I really can say I feel good. I mean, every day is an amazing day. Thinking back how desperate and how just the position I was in before, I can't even really grasp that because I'm so far from that I can't even go back to it. It's hard to even imagine, but I know it was just terrible and awful and everything like that, and I feel so bad for everybody going through that. So, but yes, that's one thing. And one thing to kind of trick yourself, if you say, oh, I can't do that. I always said that there's no way I could fast. I mean, I was somebody who just ate all day, all the time, forever. But what actually got me interested in it was I watch these shows where people get, stranded in the desert and they get lost at sea and stuff like that. And they're drinking turtle blood and stuff. And I'm thinking, you look at these guys after and you look at them before and they look so much healthier after they starved to death. And not just skinnier, they just look healthier. They look more vibrant, more alive. And that's because you're chewing up all that bad stuff. You're changing, you're like resetting your systems and stuff like that. So if you can, use that that's kind of what I would do, is I would imagine myself like, what would I do if I was stranded? Well, I can go without food then, especially a day while I'm at work. And then I know I'm going to eat at home. It's not like I don't know where my next meal is coming from. So all I had to do is make it there. And there were some tough days where I felt weak or whatever. I drink some black coffee or something like that so I didn't break my fast. Or maybe you could have some black tea, anything that's, without creamer and stuff like that. But that's some ideas. But yeah, guys, I'll be making some more videos. I don't want to be on here too long. I got a lot of busy stuff going on. I got kids and everything. But I told you guys I was going to make a video, so I just wanted to make a quick one. That's what I would do right away if I was looking at myself in the past and saying, here's some things that I could do to get myself out of that situation. I would leave my skin alone. That's another thing I would do. I would heal from the inside out, not from the outside in. Heal from the inside out. That's where the true healing comes from. That means you don't touch your skin because your skin is doing the work. You let your skin do the work. You heal yourself. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope this helps you guys. Let me know if you want me to make more and we'll go from there. Have a good one. See ya.